Hey everybody, we're doing a shout out to Savannah Castro, soon to be Miss Hernandez. She is engaged and we'll be getting married soon.
Congratulations.
And since I am not married, I have no advice to give you, but these two over here have been married for how long now?
It's going to be 3 years in June 23rd.
June 23rd.
It's going to be 7 years that we've been together, June 23rd. And then it's going to be 3 years that we've been married, June 23rd. Civil ceremony. And then church wedding was September 18th of 2010.
So I thought to make this interesting before we get some advice about how they've done with their marriage, matrimonials, nuptials, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do a little post-wedding game questions and see how they answer. Okay, so almost like the newlywed. You always do in the cruises when we go. It's pretty fun. The first question is, how would you rate your wife's morning breath, Manuel?
You gotta be honest. That's okay.
He's thinking about a good answer right now.
He's thinking about how he's not gonna sleep in the garage.
I know. He's afraid.
5.
Well, the more the answer would be like so, just fine, atrocious.
Oh. So.
So. Who is better at handling money?
She is.
Undoubtedly. What was the first meal that your wife ever cooked for you?
Oh.
Chile rellenos.
You remember?
Chile rellenos en crema and...
With the white rice?
If your spouse was a cartoon character, which one would he or she be? So first you, Janet. If he was a cartoon character. Brain.
Pinky in the brain?
Brain.
I don't know.
I think something like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, because he's so obnoxious sometimes and jumpy
yes.
and
Oh my God.
wants to touch everything.
Yes. It's so kind of him, huh?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's
What would you say, Mano, that Janet would be if she were a cartoon character?
I would say Jessica Rabbit.
Wasn't she a little loose of a woman?
No. She's just like a little, like, oh, look at me.
Vanacious, one would say. Vanity and vivacious. How many boyfriends or girlfriends did your spouse have before you?
None that mattered.
Good answer. Follow-up question, Manoj? Or answer?
They're all dead.
Stupid. No, they're not.
No, they're not dead. What was it? The 4?
Only 4? God, you left like 10 out.
Actual boyfriends?
2.
Because some of them don't count. No, because it was never official. 2. Right?
It was like 4 total.
No, they were just 2. I think just 2.
Has your spouse ever passed gas in front of you?
Ugh.
All the time.
You can just feel the bad move.
No. At least I'm awake, nigga. You're asleep.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, huh?
You can't even hear mine.
I heard him, smelt him, dealt him.
Mine are one of those that when he says, how do you say?
SBD, silent but deadly.
Yeah, silent but deadly.
Oh, hers are crazy. She made one time she farted inside the car, and
I will never forget that one.
And I'm
Orange
like,
County.
"Hey, what's that smell?"
That was
Did we
so-
tell you the story when we first started dating? We first started dating, so obviously you're still
First
shy and stuff
started
like that. You
dating.
know what I mean?
I didn't fart with her until we were living together.
And then he goes, and then I passed gas in the car, and he got off, and then he was next to me in the car. The door was open, and he goes, man, something stinks. Weren't you off next to me, or were you still next to me?
I was in the car.
Oh, yeah. But we had the door open. Remember?
No.
No, we
Oh
didn't.
no,
We
the windows were down.
Oh, okay, because I was like, yeah, it must be something outside.
Yeah, she said it must be something outside. So what do? I roll up the windows. No, little did I know. I was like, God damn. I was like, no, there's something in here. She wouldn't tell me nothing.
So embarrassing. Obviously, you barely started dating.
That was pretty awesome.
What did your spouse get you for Christmas last year?
Too many things. A lot of things. I have a YouTube video on it if you want to see.
MJ, what did she give you?
Cologne, a tie, socks,
And your PlayStation
and PlayStation.
with the video games.
Who is the safer driver?
Me.
No.
Okay, who has a criminal record?
Him.
What is the worst thing that happened to you on your wedding day, if anything?
The worst thing that happened to us?
Wasn't the something like the food, or there wasn't enough utensils?
Fucking DJ person food didn't have utensils, so he remember it was like 20-30 minutes that he couldn't serve food because he had to go buy some. Go buy the
And I think he was
utensils.
late too, wasn't he?
He was late like 25-30 minutes.
And he didn't bring our projector screen thing, which I didn't even realize it till at the end of the wedding. So I guess that was a good sign.
What time did your first date start, and what time did it end?
Our first date? I don't remember our first official date. Because we would always go, like, after
Chill in
school,
the
we would
park.
always go to the park.
Well, in the park.
And just hang out and then go eat afterwards and then catch a movie and stuff like that.
Straight up ghetto. What is your what is your spouse's favorite restaurant?
Chili's.
Depressing. Does your spouse prefer a bikini or a one-piece swimsuit?
Naked.
To the beach. Wow.
She kind of jumped on that answer. That was funny. He was like, to the beach.
2-piece. Yeah.
He likes
Yeah,
to wear
one-piece.
2
Well, you
pieces.
had 2-piece, but you started getting that one with the lace thing.
The crochet one. Crochet. You like it?
What will be your spouse's dream vacation?
He wants to go to... Huh? What'd you say?
You're answering.
I thought you wanted to go to Paris.
Paris, California.
Now that concludes the questions for today. Now, what piece of advice would you suggest to Miss Castro, soon to be Miss Hernandez, Savannah?
I think communication is like the biggest key. Cause sometimes we kind of want them to know what we're feeling or what we're thinking, and men are so different. They're never really gonna know unless you tell them. And even when you tell them, sometimes they still don't get it. You know what I mean? So I feel like communication, if something bothers you or annoys you or you need something to change or whatever, I feel like communication is the biggest key.
What about your perspective, Manuel?
I think communication is huge. Communication, you have to keep your partner informed of what you want to do or what your goals are and what you feel like doing in the future, present, or whatever. I think that plays a huge part, and then also just being loyal. Just make sure that you have your number one, and you have to keep her your number one, or keep him your number
That's
one.
what I was gonna say. Support, like you need to be each other's like main support. You know what I mean? Like if anything, like any outside thing or anything,
There's
like
gonna
is
be
bothering, you need
fights.
to have their back, kind of thing. You know what
There's
I mean?
gonna be fights. There's gonna be arguments. That's just the way we are as human beings. Not everything's gonna click with you.
Because
And
you're still
you
two
just-
different people, no matter how similar you may be. You still have two different brains. You came from two different backgrounds. You still have two different ways of thinking, no matter how similar you may think. You know what I mean? And obviously, like people react differently to certain situations. So, sometimes you're gonna clash, but you just have to,
And also, don't think just because it was bad one day, it's gonna be bad the next day. If it's bad one day, work out what was wrong that day and fix it and do better the next day.
Well, there you have it. Hopefully anybody watching this, and including Miss Savannah, have a great time in your future nuptials, and hope to see some pictures. And if anybody's asking or questioning why we have green on, it's the day before St. Patrick's Day. And even though we're not Irish, we like to celebrate.
We like to drink.
we'll take any excuse to celebrate.
Until the next one, Ms. Villos here is adding to the special effects. And I am the cameraman.
This is cute.
Look at that. Look at that.
Chicky.